Hello and welcome to the United Global Alliance Productions. This is our first episode today, and I'm the broadcaster Matt, by the way. I'll be taking you through this journey. Our first episode today is about fear and how the government uses fear as a tactic of manipulation into our very lives each day. First off, let's go back to when we were children, when we had practically no fears. I mean, you all remember when you were swinging on the swing, going as high as you can, and jumping off. Not thinking of the consequences that you could break your foot, sprain your ankle, or, get severely injured. Some of us saw snakes or spiders, and we would want to touch them and pick them up. But our parents taught us, no, you don't jump from the swing that high. No, you don't play with that spider or snake. It can harm you. Now that wasn't to make us fear the animal, that was to teach us a lesson, so we did not end up getting harmed by any snakes or getting harmed from jumping off a swing. It was a simple life lesson that we needed to learn to take precautions in life. So the thing about fear is, you take an accident, right, or a tactic of manipulation. You take it and you twist it to the people. Let's use, for instance, this Boston bombing that happened just recently, a few days ago. A tragic event. 30 people or so lose their lives, over 100 severely injured, amputees. It was just chaotic. Now, one thing y'all guys have to remember, when the media is showing you, the mainstream media, CNN, all the big broadcasting stations are showing you this horrific stuff. In Congress right now, you have the CISPA, which is censorship against the internet, and you have gun laws, gun control going through Congress. Well, this is just my opinion. You can take it in or you can leave it for what it is. My idea is this, guys. Ever since Newtown tragedy, where the kids were harmed and we lost a lot of innocent little lives, violence has been escalating, and that's all you've seen on the news is violence, more crime. The most disturbing things. It's either with guys that are lunatics with guns, or bombings, terroristic acts. My thing about the whole Boston bombing, guys, is that when it happens, at first they talk about they have a suspected individual already in custody. Well, now that's not the case. Now they have two blurry photos of two guys in some tan pants, black overjackets, black backpacks, nylon, which apparently was the remnants of the backpacks that had the bombs in it. So that automatically makes them fit the profile. And it's just two blurry images of two random guys. Well, to me, this is it. The federal government is supposed to be the best of the best. They have the best technology. Not many people can run from the feds and get away with it. And in an open crowd like this, and the security that was tightened around the Boston marathon, and how this is all going forward, it just makes no sense how two guys were able to slip through this easily. I saw the pictures of two guys that are all over the internet, all over TV. I mean, to me it just looks like two guys walking out of an area. It's nothing out of the ordinary. But you gotta remember this, guys. Let's take a little history lesson real quick. JFK was assassinated days after his speech of saying he was going to unveil the truth behind his country's government and what it was really doing. And the killer, he gets caught. He was the patsy. He was the fall through. He was never meant to make it out alive. The same thing is going on right now. Getting the American population to bow down and lay in fear and say, you know what, no weapons is better than having weapons on the street. I have a question to ask. You're a law-abiding citizen. Most of y'all are, hopefully. And let's just say this. The act goes through, guns are confiscated. You have to put your guns up. You have to. There's no way around it. So you do it. You know, obeying the law. Now, do you think criminals are going to do the same thing? You know, I didn't know criminals just said, "Oh, Congress, you know, the law, it just happened, and they said we have to turn our guns in, guys. We need to take these AK-47s and all our assault rifles and legal weapons we have and give them back to the government because that's the law." If that's the case, why do we have overcrowding in prison? Because we wouldn't have no criminals, right? No, we're just going to make it easy, really easy for criminals to find easy prey to target. My whole thing about it is this: your weapons get taken away, and this is just my theory. Your weapons get taken away, guys. More crime goes up, more killings, because the criminals are still out there with the weapons. So then the government's like, oh wait, you know what? It's still not working. Martial law. But they're just going to say, we're going to have, don't be alarmed, government agencies are going to be going down your streets in armored personnel carriers, MRAPs, that they use overseas. Nothing to worry about. They're just going to make sure y'all are safe. You know, no longer the police authorities, the local police departments. It's going to be government agencies, Department of Homeland Security, the majority of that. And you might have a dash of UN troops. Who knows? I hope not. But the way it's going is, it's a very realistic idea that's going on. And tell me, how safe do you feel when you have armored patrol vehicles going through your neighborhoods with government officials that look like soldiers in all the gear with high assault rifles and grenades, flashbangs, patrolling your street? Do you really want your kids playing out that? No, I mean, think about it. It's just like in Iraq. Do you think they felt safe with the Humvees and everything? No, because they knew they were in a war zone. And that's what America is turning into, my friends, is a war zone. We are at the verge of losing all our freedoms and liberties. And matter of fact, the next episode I'm going to bring up is about what freedom means to me, and what I hope it also reflects upon most of my countrymen. Fear is the easiest tactic to control 1 million people. It is said that controlling 1 million people is easier than killing 1 million people. It literally is. Because killing 1 million people risk a revolution, your people getting harmed, a downfall of your system that you have in place. So, to control the mass population is simple. You have the major media outlets cover what you need to cover. You have the religious ties to tell you what needs to be done and who the bad guys are, because let's figure it. It's political power, religious power, economical power. Who controls the economy, who controls the religion, who controls the political game, has control over the people. What we have to do is realize, guys, that we still have a chance to do this. The revolution has to take now. And a lot of you guys say, well, why are we always talking on the internet and stuff? For a simple fact, Cairo, Egypt. Did you know how the revolution in Egypt started? Underground network of Facebook. That's how the idea got sparked. And I see tons of people out there talking about it. But uniting is a problem. So, my friends, don't let the government make you fear them. Make the government fear you, because we are the people. They're supposed to fear us, because if they step out of line, it is our duty as Americans to put them back in their position. This is how it goes. The people, the state, the federal government. The people say what they want, the states enforce it to make sure the federal government puts it in, and the federal government, the whole job is to protect us from foreign attacks and international affairs. Nothing more. We decide if we want to go to war. We decide how the economy runs. We decide what laws are implicated in our country. But when you start letting other men and women think for you, you lose all your liberties, all your freedoms. I ask you this: would you rather die being a slave and you had a long life. You lived to 85, 90 years old, but you lived as a slave. Or would you rather die at the age of 30, 40, but you knew you died fighting as a free man, fighting to preserve your family, your neighbors, independence, their liberties, their freedoms? Me, guys, I'll choose the free man any day. It's up to you to decide what you want in life. I hope you all come together and listen to my videos. I hope it helps open your mind, because that's what I'm here for. And hey, the only way I gain my knowledge is by reading and learning. And I guarantee you, more of you out there have more knowledge than me, and I would like to learn from you all. Please, if you have any suggestions of what I need to cover, anything like that, please go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe to my channel. If not, then just move on to the next video and live your life. Alright guys, this has been a United Global Alliance Productions with the broadcaster Matt, myself, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening and everything goes smooth with y'all. Alright, peace out guys.